Welcome to Soccer As We Like It, the Man United direction, the Friday fan chat. Joining me today is Louis, Houston Red Army, and Denver Red Army. Louis, welcome to the show. It
What's up,
was
Tim? How are you, my man?
nice one, end of the week, but we had a great result yesterday. Man United 4 and Real Betis 1. What did you think about the game? United started, we needed something to recover from the travesty and that demolition at Anfield.
Yeah, no, solid performances all around. I thought we did really, really well. Still some things that need to be tightened up in key areas, but I can't remember who said it the other day, but the loss to Liverpool is still there. But
Like he would go away.
it was. I mean, you can't. I mean, you can't just brush that under the rug, right? But this was important. It was important not only that we won. It was important that we won by a significant margin, right? I mean, you can't say done deal next round yet, but we're in a very good position to, if we play smart next week, in Spain, then there's a good possibility of us of going through, right? So
No.
it was a very, very important win for us. And it was interesting to see Ten Hag put the same lineup and say, all right, let's
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
Bold, very bold.
yeah, very bold, very, very bold. A lot of people would expect players to get dropped, but I mean, if you're dropped for one game, is it sending the correct message? These kinds of things. Is it just too easy? One game suspension for that loss.
Right.
Those kinds of things. So no, I thought it was the right thing to do. It was surprised, very surprised, but it worked out in the end, and it goes to show that Ten Hag is a coach that sets standards, right?
Right.
And I mean, the message was go face the music, right? Like,
Right.
either have a repeat of Liverpool or show that you deserve to be here. So
Right. Right.
yeah, very nice from him.
So you saw the game, you saw the result, you saw the players. Excuse me, I recovered from a little cold. I had a bad cold on Tuesday, serious,
Oh
severe
man,
sneezing and itchy eyes because I do suffer hay fever. So I
right,
took the
right.
day off the following day to medicate and took my Claritin. And
Good, yeah, yeah. You need
funny
your
thing,
rest,
I
man.
did not sneeze not once the day I was off, not one sneeze.
Nice.
But the following day was the day before was sneezing because they tell us to sneeze in our
Right,
joints.
right.
Yeah. So my voice is a bit all over the place. Right. So we all realized that it was the same lineup that got demolished at Anfield. Like you said, Ten Hag has faith with this team, and they went there, they delivered at home. Um, the first 6 minutes, Rashford went in there, bam, bam, bam. But what was so significant was Real Betis coming back, and people were like, "Oh, here we go." So take me from the goals. Take me through the goals because we went through the stages of goals.
I mean, look, overall. I mean, even when they scored, and it went 1-1, or were they
One
up
one,
one? I think
one
it
one.
was 1-1,
We
right?
went
When
scored,
they
then they
scored,
equalized.
look, it was number one. It was a clear handball. It was a clear handball. The assist, right? It should have been called. It wasn't called. Should have been reviewed. It wasn't reviewed. Um, and there's a lot of people saying why it wasn't reviewed, and honestly, it's a poor argument. Um, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, at the end of the first half, that was their only shot on target, was the
Yes,
one that
it
they
was.
scored.
It was.
So overall, I mean, even when it was tied 1-1, it's kind of like the last few games that we've had when, we either gave up a goal, or maybe we were, or maybe it was 0-0 at halftime. We
Hmm.
we were still confident, right?
Right.
And I was confident because the way that we were playing was better.
Yes.
It was possessive. It was a bit on the front foot. We were creating chances. So I wasn't. I was more upset at the officiating than us. I don't put that goal necessarily on De Gea. I
Right.
don't think that.
People think he
And
would have should have done better.
granted, what a finish! Nah, nah, no. I think the finish was fantastic, honestly.
Hmm.
And I mean, you'd be really hard pressed to save that. If you save it, it's a world class save, right? Um, But no, I thought De Gea did fine. I thought his distribution in the first half was fine. No real knocks on De Gea at all. Probably maybe a little bit more urgency from the back four. Maybe would have saw that, maybe a little bit more organization. Maybe that goal doesn't happen. Maybe they were thinking it was a handball, but I mean, if that's the case, play to the whistle, right? So moment where we lost focus, but overall, it didn't really have that much of an effect on the game.
Right, right. So United go in 1-1, but United come back out 3 solid goals. Anthony, Bruno's going for a header. But the last and the final goal by Workhouse. Everyone you can see the emotion. You see the albatross taken away from his throat. I felt his pain. Like, finally, I was happy for him. I really wanted him to score.
Right. Look, I think people are starting to resonate with Wout Weghorst in a really interesting way, because the comments are, we know he is not of Manchester United quality, right? He's not a super striker. We didn't, go out and spend big money or anything like this. He's a lone player, these kinds of things. He's a Burnley player. What I think people really respect about Wout Weghorst and what they really like about him is he understands that perception that he has with the fans. He understands that, he has to earn his place. He understands that he has to work hard. He has to prove that he deserves to be here. And, and he does it every game that he plays. It's not pretty. The touches aren't always nice, but he works. He works extremely, extremely hard. And it's, it's something for a young footballer, hopefully, to look up to and be like, man, it really is a mentality. It really is an effort, that gets him into the team sheet. And of course, when he scored, it's the biggest club he's ever played for. And he respects that. He respects United. He respects what this club means. And yeah, he got emotional. And I mean, I think everybody got emotional, and everybody was happy for him. So good on him, man. Good on him to stick it out, to stay in there, to deal with the negativity, and deal with it in a very positive way. Very, very excited for him to get that goal, man. It's his first goal at Old Trafford.
And the fans, you saw the way the players rushed to him. You could feel it.
Oh yeah,
you could feel it.
And I think, and that's the thing, right? Like when Harry Maguire was struggling last year, or when McTominay was struggling, they didn't have that support, because we watched the games, right? We were like, why are you running from the ball? Why are you not on your toes? Why are you not urgent in the box? Why are you making these very silly mistakes? We understood that these players were not working hard. That's why they were singing in the stands, "You don't deserve to wear the shirt," because they didn't work. Weghorst is the footballer, but he deserves to wear the shirt because of the effort that he puts in.
Yes,
because of the work rate that he's willing to do. He's willing to do. He's willing to do the dirty work, the defensive work, the pressing work. It's not glamorous, right? It's something that on a lot of very good footballers, a lot of midfielders, a lot of defenders, that those kinds of things are lost, right? Because people are like, he's an average player. But really, they're doing the little things, the crucial things.
Exactly.
They're doing it well, and they're working really hard, and that's what makes the difference. So when a Casemiro, sees Wout Weghorst score, of course, man, he's throwing his arm around him, coming to him. They respect, I think, the work rate that Wout puts in.
I think so.
And I think that a lot of people are really respecting it. So good on him. Good on him.
I'm so happy for him. So United won by 4-1. A good night. And like I said, the most important thing was we were able to recover. No, I'm not saying recover. I mean, you don't just recover from a 7-0 dropping from your arch rivals, and say we move on. No, we don't move on. We could move on in terms of fixtures, but that thing's always going to be there. Like I told you, I don't know if I sent you my text. I said, my friends are calling me, Tim, I forgot what the square root of 49.
Yeah, right. Everybody.
Whatever, mate.
Yeah. Or
what's 4 plus 3?
Yeah,
you love maths. Like, what's 6 plus 1? Like,
one I heard was, how many C's are there? 7 C's, right? 7 C's, those kinds of things. Oh man, it was so bad. It's so bad. But look, man, United, the players deserve the ridicule, and As United fans, unfortunately, you know, we get a lot of the brunt of that, right? Because, you know, it's just how the fan base works. That's how banter works.
You know,
what was so unfortunate, right, is we knew a loss was coming.
Right.
But they stopped playing.
They just stopped after the third.
Stopped playing, which is unforgivable no matter who you're playing. But when you're playing our biggest rivals,
oh no,
you know, historically our biggest rivals of all time, the biggest game in England, one of the most watched games outside of the UK, you can't just give up and say, oh, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter how angry you are, how upset you are, you know, and this is another reason why people were saying, you know, Bruno doesn't deserve the captaincy,
right?
And these players, you know, and all these kinds of things. Turned it around, right? In the next game, I thought Bruno played very, very well. I thought his goal was very well taken, but you know, you know, you can't say that those arguments are completely without warrant, right? Because he gave up. All those players gave up. Anthony gave feigning
injury on his face that he got elbowed. It was a really kamikaze performance from him.
Yeah, all these players that, you know, that couldn't be asked to track back or, you know, any of these things. It's really, really tough to have a game like that. You know, apparently Ten Hag sat them all down and forced them to watch Liverpool celebrations, which is the rumor. And if that's what it takes, I mean, good on him. But it's unfortunate that that's what it takes, right?
Exactly. So we have gone from the Europa. We're back to Premier League. So this Sunday we got Southampton, another home game, Can United get 3 points? Southampton are fighting relegation. Would it be an easy game? Would it be a hard game? What do you say on this one?
On paper, it should be comfortable, right? Especially because we are at home and we, you know, minus the Liverpool game, we don't concede a lot at home right now. Oh no, that was at Anfield, wasn't it? Oh, God, even worse. Jesus. All right, well, that means Old Trafford is still a fortress, right? But I mean, there will be rotation. I would not be surprised if Maguire, a Lindelof, or both got in towards the starting lineup.
Could be.
Yeah, I know, but it's you know, it's where we're at right now. Varane and Martinez have been playing a lot. They played against Liverpool. It was abysmal. Obviously, they played against Betis because we didn't change the lineup, and they were able to turn it around. I could definitely see this. This is a game where we will rotate players. So look, man, it's incumbent on those players that don't normally get game time to step it up and prove that they deserve game time. Where key players fit in there, I'm not sure. Obviously, we don't have a backup for Bruno, so he's probably starting. Does Rashford start? Maybe, maybe not. Does Wout start up top and we put a Sancho on the left and an Anthony on the right? Or does Garnacho get in there or Palestri or one of these kind of characters? It's going to be interesting. I trust Ten Hag's rotation because so far his rotation has been really, really good. You know, and it's a game where you just you believe that you should be winning it comfortably, right? And that's, you know, and I think though that's still a place that we're trying to get to, right? So when we play these, when you're playing like the bottom six, right, as opposed to the top six, you expect those games to be 2-0, 3-0, 4-1, those kinds of games. You know, you expect it to be really, really comfortable. So I don't think we're there yet. I think we're still getting towards that process where we can just sweep teams. But yeah, man, it's really, really just going to depend on what that lineup looks like.
Right. So we'll wait and see the lineup. Any predicted score quickly? What's your
predicted score? If those players step up, which I kind of expect them to, and I'm kind of hoping they do, I could see us walking away with a 2-0 win.
2-0 win. I'll take a 3. I'll go for 2-0 or 3-1.
I don't think we necessarily sweep them off the park, but I think we can comfortably win that game if we
Right.
play it smart.
I think so too. I'll give a 3-1. I think United. So obviously, there were issues. This everyone's talking about Anthony being a bit selfish. I just want to cover that before we go. Anthony, did he want
Yeah,
to
no,
pass it?
yeah, it's there's definitely that moment. It was second half. I think it was already 4-1. Where he makes a little move, he gets in behind, and he's got Fred right there, right? And he tries to chip it, goes over the top. Um, and that's a moment for Ten Hag. Yeah, I don't think you need to have the hair dryer effect. I don't think you need to get in his face about it because he did score a goal. It was a good goal. I think his play up until then, uh, solid overall. A couple of moments where that selfishness gets in the way, right? But at the same time, that's kind of what we expect from an Anthony. Like, we
Mm,
expect him to have the flash and the flair. We know that if he is isolated 1v1 with the right back, or sorry, with the left back, or if he's isolated 1v1 with that center back, we should expect him to try to take him on because
yes,
that's what he
yes,
to do. That's
yes,
what he's good at.
yes.
We're gonna expect to see him try to cut it over towards his left foot, as those inverted wingers do. Look, I still really rate Anthony. What he did at Ajax, coming into United under Ten Hag, I still think that there is an unpolished gem in there, right? He's really really got to clean it up though, just a little bit more professional in
Right,
those
right,
moments,
right.
like yeah, we're already winning. Yes, you've already scored a goal. You're trying to get another one. Square the ball. Square the ball.
It's a
Let's
team
get the
sport.
easy goal
Exactly.
because ultimately that's where we're trying to get, right? Where we beat these these
Yeah.
kind of mid to lower table teams, especially a team like Real Betis that, yeah, they tied Real Madrid, but overall not playing so well. Um, you know, we expect to win these games comfortably, and those are the moments, the professional moments where it's like, dude, get the
Right.
goal,
Exactly.
grab the assist, let's do it. So he has steps he needs to make, but I really think he could just be a very entertaining player for us. He's got to work out those kinks though.
Right. Right. So anyway, we talked about analyzed the was there any who would you give your man of the match award at the Real Betis game? United
Oh
player.
man, kind of difficult. Because I think most players did play well. I think the only player that was maybe a little bit shaky was Delo, and he came off at halftime, and it turned out to be a good sub. Um, you know what? My man of the match, super Wout Weghorst. He
Same with
worked
me.
hard.
Same with me.
He worked hard the entire game. His goal was deserved. Johnny on the spot. Yeah, no, Wout Weghorst takes my man of the match for that game, and it is definitely not a participation trophy at all. It was well deserved, well earned. So good for him.
Participation trophy.
Yeah, man. People will try to say all kinds of things, man. Like, oh, you're just
Oh
giving
yeah.
it to him because he scored. No, we're giving it to him because he puts in the
It
work.
puts it puts in a shift. It does put in a
He
shift.
does. He puts in what is needed to get himself into the team sheet, and there you go. He scores a goal. So good on him.
I hope this is the beginning of a I hope this is the beginning of more goals for him to come. I like him to score again on Saturday because I also think his confidence was a bit shattered. He's
Mm-hmm.
always like close, goalkeeper saves it, or he didn't connect the ball well. But there's nothing more than that feeling when you score the ball in front of
Yeah.
70,000 Cherry United fans. He will never get that feeling again. You know what I mean? It's
Everyone has, a lot of people have been ripping on him, talking him down. Oh, he doesn't deserve to be here. I still think in the back of even the worst haters of Wout Weghorst, in the back of their minds, everybody wanted to see him score.
yes,
Everybody wanted to see him do it,
yes,
and when he did it, I mean, the house just erupted. Right?
yes,
I mean, they brought the rafters down, man. It was so
hundred
lovely.
percent, mate. Hundred
Yeah,
percent, mate.
it was a great moment for him, and again, it just goes to show the level of respect that he has earned.
That's right. On that note. the Friday fan chat. Wanted to thank you, Louis, for joining us on such short notice, but really appreciate your time, Louis. Everyone loved your comments and your analysis. We'll be back on Sunday for the post game between Man United and Southampton. Hopefully, we get 3 points on that game and we move on. Arsenal didn't win the game today. Yesterday, they play on Sunday as well. They're home to Crystal Palace. Patrick Vieira, who captained them to the Invincibles, he's taking them to Emirates. Is he going to make the game easy for Arsenal? Would he want to be that obstacle? Would he be that obstacle?
Win, man.
Would he be that obstacle to stop them from winning the Premier League? Only time will tell. But everyone said, he's just going to lie down and let Arsenal score 7 goals. I don't think so. I think he'll be professional.
I mean, it would make us look a lot better. It would take the focus off of us a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal going to Anfield in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and my friends, Arsenal fans, are saying they just hope Liverpool not that ruthless. I don't think Arsenal concede that many. I think the defense will. I mean, hey, if they concede more than us, it'd be great. But United, it was just
I definitely don't see the Arsenal team giving up during a game right now, which is unfortunate. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, they're making moves over there, so we got to watch out.
Yeah, they go to Anfield, they go to the Etihad. So hopefully they drop 6 points there. We'll see. Right, Louis, thank you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We are really getting the subscribers the viewing numbers are going out through the roof. Please continue to follow this channel and subscribe and share. I'll see you, Louis.
This video.
Thank you very much, Louis. I'll see you very soon. Take care. From all of us,
have a great
glory,
night,
glory, Man United. See you soon, brother.
You
take it. Take it, bro. Take care.
All right.
All right.